This video is a production of the Colorado Football Officials Association. Written and directed by George Demetriou. Narrated by Frank Shaka. Photography by Scott Salke. And produced by Todd Allen. The clock operator serves an important function during the game and is an integral member of the officiating crew. Unfair advantages occur when the game clock is not started or stopped correctly by rule. Great care must be exercised to ensure excessive time lag does not occur in starting or stopping the clock. The clock operator should have no other duties. If, however, the clock operator is required to operate the scoreboard, it must be recognized that starting and stopping the clock is of greater priority than having the correct down and distance displayed on the scoreboard. The clock operator should avoid distracting conversations with others in the press box. For the opening kickoff, the clock is set to 12 minutes. The clock starts when the ball is legally touched in the field of play, and that will be signaled by the two officials closest to the receiver. The clock will stop when the play ends. The official nearest the runner will signal to stop the clock. The operator may stop the clock as soon as the whistle is heard. The clock does not start if the ball is kicked out of bounds or into the end zone for a touchback. The touchback signal is also a stop the clock signal. For the first play following the kickoff, the clock will always start on the snap. The referee will whistle and give the ready for play signal after the ball is spotted. Whenever the referee gives the ready for play signal, the clock will start when the ball is snapped. There will be no subsequent signal. If the play ends in bounds and does not result in a first down, the clock continues to run. If the play results in a first down, the clock will stop. The officials nearest the runner will signal to stop the clock. That will almost always be the officials on the sideline. On obvious first downs, the operator may stop the clock as soon as the whistle is heard. Otherwise, he should wait for the stop the clock signal. The clock always stops for an incomplete forward pass. The nearest official will give the incomplete pass signal, which is also a stop the clock signal. The operator may stop the clock as soon as the pass hits the ground. If the play ends with the runner going out of bounds, the clock will stop. However, if the runner goes out of bounds after his forward progress is stopped in bounds, the clock will continue to run, unless the play results in a first down, in which case the official nearest the runner will signal to stop the clock. Whenever a runner is near a sideline, the operator should wait for the stop the clock signal. If a touchdown is scored, the clock stops when the runner crosses the goal line. The covering official will give the touchdown signal, which is also a stop the clock signal. The operator may stop the clock as soon as the runner crosses the goal line. The clock does not run on the try which follows. After a punt, the clock will always start when the play ends, regardless of how the play ends. The normal length of a halftime intermission is 15 minutes, but it may be 20 minutes for special events. The clock should be set with the appropriate time as soon as the second quarter ends, and started when the signal to do so is given by the back judge. When time for the halftime intermission expires, the operator should set the clock at 3 minutes for the warm-up period, and immediately start it without any signal from the officials. The referee is not authorized to modify that instruction if, for example, a team has delayed entering the field. When the mercy rule applies, a running clock will be used for the remainder of the game regardless of a score that reduces the margin to less than the specified margin. Officials will continue to use their normal signals, but only the referee's signal will be honored. The clock will only stop for timeouts and the end of a period. If the game is tied and overtime will be played, the clock is set for 3 minutes. The clock will start when the signal to do so is given by the back judge. The clock is then shut off or kept at 0